G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, I'm still having some recording voice issues, so you'll see me, my mouth will move and my voice won't match, but I'm just doing a recording over the top. Today I want to take you through some trimming of deciduous trees in autumn. Now this tree's coming up, starting to come up really nice. It's starting to get ramified. It's starting to change. I'm trying to change the triangular shape of this tree because I don't like the triangular nature of this tree that it was originally. So I'm trying to, change branches to make them go upwards, more deciduous like, and more natural like. So that's one thing I'm planning to do. But at this stage here, you can see all the branches, all the ramification. So now it's a matter of just building up on that ramification over time. Those long branches, as I mentioned, I want to try and grow them out to create a third kind of apex in the tree and create a much bigger, broader canopy. Trying to eliminate that triangular look in this tree. That's one of the most important things I'm trying to do. I don't like the triangular look of this tree, but it's slowly getting rid of that. You'll see that little left-hand side trunk. It's doing really well. It's trying to create its own little area and trying to create its own little tree. You've got the main apex, and then I want to create something bigger on the left-hand side, on your left-hand side. So really today is all about internodes. You want to have small or very close internodes. What internodes are is the distance on a branch between two buds, the two next lot of buds. So you want very close internodes. The closer the internodes means the more denser, more ramification, more smaller leaves. So you don't want really long internodes between each bud. All that means you'll never get, if you've got a long internode, you'll see between two buds, and there will never be a bud that forms on that bare bit between the internodes, if that makes sense. You only get buds, or you only get leaves at the bud spots. You don't get leaves at the plain bare spots, if you know what I mean. So really, really important to know. You need to get very close internodes, very close buds together along the branch. Will increase ramification and increase bud, increase or decrease the size of leaves. Anyway, so here I am just trimming up a little bit, but really that's the main thing I want to talk about today is how to trim this deciduous tree, which is a Trident maple. And I'll do some wiring as well on this tree, just in the main areas, some of the main branches. I purely treat this tree more like a clipper, unless there's some real major flaw that I want to improve. For example, those branches on the left, they're quite, you can see they're quite a bit too, it's the word, long and straight and uninteresting. So we'll keep going and we'll get that done, and we'll get some movement into that branch where it goes upwards and then comes down. So that's the plan going forward. Okay. All right, maybe some things that I can show you now. Let's have a look at this branch. You can probably see that. With my hand, put my hand behind it. Okay, probably see that branch. Now you can just make out there's buds there. Then there's a long break. There's buds, long break. And there's buds. So unfortunately, see there's all these buds, but there's a very long internode from that bud to that bud. So I'm going to come back to there. I'll leave a tiny little stub. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So even the same thing up here. There's a very big distance between that bud, and there's a little bud in here, closer to the trunk. That comes off. Then I've got little ones like that, which are quite nice. I'm not going to cut those off. See those little ones? They're actually quite good. So that's the process. So I'm just going to go through anything that's dead. I'll cut off. See, long internode there before a small bud in here. In this case, in this example here, there's actually some nice small buds close together, and there's a long part. So it goes off. Then you got bits where, like this, see this bit? It's quite heavy. It's got some nice interest, but there's nothing here. So ideally for the long term, you need to come back. Okay, so that's the process that I go through, trying to ramify these branches. And it's all about ramification. Even up the top, you need to start coming back a little bit. Things are getting out of control and out of whack. You just got to go through it bit by bit. Again, this is the same issue. That's a dead bit. I'll probably come back to there. You just go through it slowly. Some branches are quite long. You probably got to keep the length for now, and then hopefully you can get back budding. And just come back, come back. Sometimes you got to think about where can I wire the branch. Okay, so it's a process of just cutting, bringing it back in, so it doesn't have really long internodes, and that's what the aim is of this. So sometimes I get really big branches like this that need to go. Because you'll never get branching. So I'm just going to go work my way through the whole tree, cut it all back, and then we'll look at what else we can do with this tree. But really, that's it. It's a very simple process of trimming, looking for the long internodes and coming back to a bud that's closer to the trunk. It can grow on your next branches. Also go through and clean up anything that looks pretty ugly, anything that needs to be removed, things like that as well. But majority of the time, it's really just reducing the length of a lot of the branches by removing that internode. So then I'll put some wire on some of these branches just to get it a bit more natural looking. Okay, we'll be back. Alright everyone, so I've done the cleanup. You can see it's a bit more refined. Not many things growing out of the way. I've also put some wire on these branches, trying to do that kind of curve. Probably can't tell 100%. You can see that one goes up and then comes down. That's the intention. I haven't wired these secondary ones out, just not yet. Because a lot of these branches will be, once they're the thickness I want, they'll be cut back and regrown to get it into the shape. So I was trying to do that loop effect. So I'm trying to get them to go up and then come back. It's a little bit tricky. Some of these are a bit heavy, but come down and come up, come down and come up. Yeah, but at the moment, this is the time to do your trimming. You can see the structure. This is the time to do the wiring. You see the structure. You know, go through it individually and go through it bit by bit. This side I didn't cut as much because I want to see how it comes. That side I probably did a bit more because of that smaller tree on the other side. So, you know, I'm trying to build up this area to be really full over here, like almost a third trunk. So you've got a little trunk over there, and you've got the tree with the apex. And I was hoping to try and create something, an extra big foliage mass in here, trying to create the more deciduous look. Use this. Branches are actually going upwards and then out, upwards and out. So I'm trying to change the dynamics of this tree rather than a triangular pine tree. I'm trying to change it into a more deciduous looking tree. It will need a lot more growth, but it's on the right track, and I hope you guys can appreciate that. But it is a slow process. Continually trimming. This is the time to do the work, wire up. As you see, I don't put too much wire on it. That's probably the other thing. Not too much wire, just a little bit in certain areas, and the rest is try and do clip and grow. You know, clip off, trim off bits and pieces you don't want. But that's the first one that I've done, this first trident. I just wanted to show you guys. I'll pretty much go through all my tridents in the same way, even my Japanese maples. Same thing, same strategy. You go through them, you know, trim back to the internodes and work your way. This is the time to do it. Get on with it and have a go. It should be pretty easy. You can go harder, you can go easier, you can go really trim back, but up to you guys really. But you can see what I've done. Just nicely trim back the silhouette, trim back each individual branch. Don't do a hedge trimming, actually go through each one and trim away at the right angle, at the right point in the tree. So looks really nice. It's got a nice base, nice tree. Hopefully fixing it up, making it look more deciduous in the coming years, and hopefully get it in a shape. Anyway guys, that's it for this tree, and hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll do some more videos on other types of trees, especially what you do in autumn and winter. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.